Okay.
You can pull from me and have a look at that. And I haven't really added tests for that because I didn't have much time to do that. So that would have to be you, or we will have to do that later.
Right. I'll just take
And
a look at it on GitHub.
yeah,
What's the
hold
name of
on.
the branch?
It's calculate time zone, but just
Right.
1 minute. I, as always, forget to push things up. I just commit and leave them. So
Okay.
1 minute. And authentications controller, I haven't made much progress
Uh-huh.
because I was stuck with. I mean, I was stuck with trying to finish up the Slack embed thing, which I
Mm-hmm.
did, and I was just doing some other. I was having a work on another branch of mine. There's like this 100 commit pull request that I have to make, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't like. You can have a look at it. Like, if you go to my repository and then click on pulls, you'll have a look at that. You'll find that.
Mm. So the way that this delayed job active record works is just user, instead of user.retrieve time zone, it's user.delay.retrieve time zone.
Hold on. Just go back, and because that's not the. I'm not using delayed job because
Oh,
like delayed job needs a worker process, and that will cost us $35 per hour. So instead, I'm using just do a diff instead of a commit. Just have a look at the diff
diff against what? Against my
against
version?
the yeah, against your version. That might help.
Okay.
There's this gem called Sucker Punch, which like runs the asynchronous job on the same process as the server. So that doesn't cost us money.
Okay.
Not develop. What the
Yeah.
hell? Oh,
All right.
okay.
Sucker punch. Time zone retriever job dot new dot async dot perform passing in at user. Okay. Perform. Oh, and so you went into the registrations controller to set it up for the mailer.
No, like because there are two ways of creating users. So like one through the sign up process and one through the authentications controller. So I had to do
Yep.
that two ways because
Oh, okay. All right. So app jobs. Okay. Connection pool dot with connection.
that's because we are interacting with active record in the background, so we need to put that in that block.
Okay. Update attribute. Oh, so did you do a migration to add these new fields? Time zone name, time zone offset? Easy.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was because I like if I don't do that, then you'll be calling the job every time. So
Right.
yeah, I had to remove the delete job things.
Right.
Just I'll do that right now. Like I've been very busy over the past few days, so it's been a hectic timetable,
So
and I
there's
hit.
now something in bin, a script, a Ruby script.
No, just ignore that. Just ignore that. That
Oh,
was
ignore that? Okay.
yeah, just that was from delayed job, and ignore the create delayed job migrations as well, because
Okay.
like those were from delayed job, and when I migrated to Sucker Punch, I forgot to remove them.
Right. Okay. It looks fairly straightforward. I'll probably just go read the README on the GitHub repo to have a
Okay.
fuller understanding. Um, yeah, I might pick up with this just as a backup. I don't know how much coding they want to do in the interview, so my
Yeah.
main focus will be the authentication controller. But I'll have this
So
as a backup.
yeah, so you wanted to have a look at the respond to block then?
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Now, I'm looking at what you sent me in Slack chat, where inside the module create authentication, you were suggesting the. Now, this is interesting syntax. How come it's an array?
Like it behaves like Ruby when you return an array and from a function, and then you assign that to assign that to multiple variables. That array acts as a like a tuple in
A
Python.
tuple. Okay.
Yeah. So
Um, but we're gonna then have to code into the create authentication module what the success path and what the flash message is, right?
yeah, but that's just string. Like we won't be accessing any flash or redirect. We'll be just having some constants or strings like that.
Mm-hmm. I
Or what
mean,
we could do, I mean,
go ahead.
again, another thing we could do is like we could just put it in the YAML file. Like you could just add it to the device YAML file. Like there is a YAML file with all of the, what do you say, the flash messages for device, and then you could create something like that.
Okay, like flash messages for authentication.
Yeah, I think it's in config slash locales,
Mm-hmm.
and then n dot device dot n dot yml, and then there is n dot yml. So you could just modify the n dot yml.
Let me just take a look at that YAML. Mm-hmm. Wait, I find it under config. Config,
Locales.
locales, device, English YAML. Right. Yep. This would be one way to do it, and maybe we will do it. I do like to have the flashes and redirects remain in the controller. I feel like that's one responsibility that I'm happy with the controller having.
Yeah, I mean the redirects and the flash still stay in the controller, but we're just moving the constants and the strings. Like we are just deciding which constants and which strings to be returned
In the
in the
YAML.
service. In the service, like all the different messages are stored in the YAML. Only the decision takes place in the service, right? And that's what I think the service is for.
Okay. So,
1 minute.
all right,
Auto brothers.
let's take a look at what that would be like. Um, do you have more commits than me? I'm curious. Test.
Commits in.
Okay, I have 1838. You have 1838. Okay, great. So we're on the same page. I'm gonna create a new branch called throwaway. Git
Yeah,
checkout.
teammate, maybe.
Sure. Mate. All these Slack so spammy. I need to stop. I need to turn off
It,
desktop notifications. I can't use
it's
my.
wait, it's interesting how, I mean, like my notifications and Firefox disappear after a few minutes, a few seconds actually, not few minutes. Like kind of like the Slack notifications. Might be because you're on Ubuntu, but or Chrome, but it happens for me on Ubuntu as well.
I'm stuck with you. There's just like a huge queue of them there cycling through. Anyway, teammate.
There you go.
I can't even click through them very easily without moving my mouse. Yeah. Um, Let me resize.
That's my maximum.
Okay. Oh my God, these Slack notifications. Oh. All right.
There you
I got rid of them all. All right, so I'm gonna check out a new branch called throwaway. Just
Just do one thing, like just focus the screen share on your screen in the Hangout, because I'll be stopping my screen share.
sure.
Ah, this
All
is
right.
awesome.
Actually, what was the name of our service? Create authentication, right?
Color scheme, please.
Right. I need to get my color scheme worked out, so we don't need to always do this. Cause
Yeah, just let me type one thing. Just give me 1 second.
sure.
Ah, that might be the problem. Like, hold on. Equal dollar. Yeah, that's the problem maybe. Hold on. Z and equals extra. Fim. Is the background white for you now, or is it
Yeah.
black?
No,
Okay.
it went to color. It went to solarized light. But how does it look for you?
Okay, that looks perfect for me. Now let's go back. Can you set the background to dark?
Yeah, it's is it set background dark? I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, that's same for me, so it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, that's alright. I'll just color scheme. It's probably some difference in your and my colors, because like we are on the same. You're on 1 to 13.4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I am one version. I don't think that matters, but still.
Actually, I'm on
Eh,
1310, but I did have to do things with my colors. You know, from Brian's article, he was talking about installing colors manually.
Okay, I didn't do that. I think I just like added one option in my VimRC, and that fixed all the colors for me.
Mm. Which was what? The
Which
Tico?
was yeah, T code terminal colors equals 256, I think. Dot yadder slash vim slash settings slash yadder appearance. Yeah, this was the command. I'll just post it in the group chat. This is all I did, and everything works perfectly for me.
So what happens if we
Let's
throw that right now into, um,
your VimRC.
yeah, well, not even the vimRC, but just the line at the bottom.
Let's see. Then what was it? G solarized thumb colors. That works now. Color scheme solarized. Then set. Okay, that's the best color scheme for me.
Okay, I'm fine with this color scheme too. Let me add that to my vimRC.
Yeah, you can have a look at my screen. Like it's perfect for me now.
Yeah, this is different, but I'm okay with it. And this is how I've seen it on your screen before, this color scheme.
Yeah.
Um, so let me open my vimRC
Just
and
don't do it there. Instead, just go to like Yadder has a good separation on, so you can just go
yep.
to like tilde Yadder, and then Vim settings Yadder appearance dot Vim
What was it? Vim
settings
settings.
Yadder appearance slash Yadder appearance, yeah, and then just add it to the end where the or maybe where the solarize is set up on line number 24 above. So that just makes sense.
Uh,
20 above.
oh,
It just makes sense.
all right. Let G solarize
Underscore term colors.
trim colors equals 256. I'm actually gonna quit Vim. then restart it. App services.
No. Hold on.
Oh, I need to source my vimRC.
No. That's source because that's linked.
Let me source it. Let me just
Yeah, just do that
source.
thing.
Oh, source. My vimRC. Ooh, it got angry. Ooh, that's bad. Source. Isn't it just right here? vimRC.
Yeah.
Why is it so angry?
Just do this instead. Okay, I think I get the problem. There might have been a syntax error, maybe.
Hmm.
Ah, shit. What
Mm-hmm.
the hell? Did you make any modifications to the loading or something?
Uh, don't really know.
Seems to be the same thing. Let's try it here again in the command line instead.
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't help for some reason. Let's try this. This is how the options were set up before. No. Interesting. I guess we'll have a look at this later. You can just reset that to go back to your original. And
Well, we don't need to delete that line. You can leave it in there, and we'll figure out more about it because it's essentially not working, not affecting anything negatively.
1 minute. Should we? No. Okay, we'll just leave it there and let's see what happens. Anyways. Yeah, continue.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a failure.
Okay. So you need me to go to default color scheme, huh?
Yeah. Although I can work with this, it's alright. It's just that it doesn't really seem soothing, but that's alright. I can work.
Well, what did we do to have it work just a few minutes ago? We did the X
I
term, or the yeah.
Yeah, we did the X term, then we did the set. Then we set it like then it resetted to a light background. Then we set the background to dark, and then that didn't help as well. And then we set the solarized term colors, and then it went to light, and then again we set it to dark, and it was working. Let's. You want to try to do that again?
Sure, yeah. Let's walk through that cycle.
Yeah. So let's first reset that. Just.
Actually, bump that line above the. Put that
Ah,
at the
yeah,
top
right.
of.
True, true. That might be the reason. P X and then Vim.
Hey,
There you go. Oh. Okay.
cool.
Uh, okay.
Look good to you?
Yeah, it looks perfect to me. That's what I'm used with.
Okay, good. All right. So, let's get a vertical split, I guess, and go to the controller.
I mean, it's easier to use R controller and then authentications, I think.
So, okay, let's see that because I haven't learned that yet.
You just do RV. No need to do a split. Like, quit out of the split.
Oh, without this.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. So RV, capital R, capital V,
Mm-hmm.
controller.
Separate word.
No, same word. A
Lowercase
small,
c.
yeah, controller.
Mm-hmm.
And then space, just type AU and then tab, enter.
Okay. Cool.
and it's for RSpec, RSpec, RVspec, RSpec, then
Right.
spec controller model, and then style sheet, JavaScript, and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
let's continue. Yeah.
So
Let me just bring up the respond to block command that Brian had made and like the format that it used,
yeah.
and how much saving does that give us over, or how much difference is that with our, I mean, my way of doing things. Test authentication, auto creators, and then yeah, there you go. So what I could do is, okay, that's bad.
Got to set no paste or set paste.
Yeah, so this is what he was talking about.
Yep. All right. Let me type a little bit. Uh,
Yeah.
I should have done change word. So register zero paste. Oh, fail. You get a little practice in here. Register zero paste. So the reason I like this is I actually like to have the flashes and redirects remain in the controller.
So
Um,
yeah, I agree with that, but the flashes and redirects are still in the controller. I mean, you could just pass in the key for the flash and maybe just fetch the flash message from here. Again, I mean, one argument I have with this way of doing things is that you are making things clear, like the flashes and redirects aren't hidden. That is the one thing that you are that's good about this. Compared to the having the flashes and redirects being returned and then being called here.
I've got to mute my line and see what this missed call is. My phone just vibrated with a missed call.
Okay, okay.
Minutes. All right, I'm back.
Spam calls.
Yeah, I think it was a spam call. Um, right.
Again,
But
I mean, here you still have the same way of doing things. The only thing you're changing is like just instead of passing in like you're just passing in the lambdas in the block instead of like as an argument. That's the only thing that I see changed here, by the way.
yeah, I mean, it's not a huge change. I do think a do block is an improvement over multi-line parameters, multi-line arguments in a parameter, or parameters, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it just reads better. It's more conventional for Ruby developers to understand, you know?
Yeah.
And it balances the information that's hidden and the information that remains to be shown in the controller. Um, let's just spike it up.
Okay.
Um,
Just give me 1 minute. I just want to have a look at this. So, yield a new response object, and then I think then hold on.
so
This
what you
is
could have done there is yi parens, yank inside parens,
I
instead of
wanted
using
to try
official
out
select.
something else. One like there is this extract local variable
Oh,
once. Did I select that? No, maybe not. Okay, Control V. Control V. No.
it's not giving you the select that you normally see when you switch to command mode after doing a visual select.
Oh yeah, I know why that is.
There, oh, there it is. Oh, but why'd you take that away? You need that. You need the
I need.
angle braces. That's actually talking about what you just highlighted there.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
I thought that was a, and then that should be R extract local variable response. I'll need to look up the documentation. You just continue. I'll just have a look at extract.
Sure.
Local. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah. I think I did it. I did it wrong. I shouldn't have specified that. Extract local.
Oh.
There you go.
Where is it extracted to?
Here. Although that one extra. There you go. What? Okay, whatever. This is buggy. I just wanted to try this new refactoring plugin.
Uh,
Okay, just go on. I sometimes it's
um, okay, yeah, let's just throw the uh,
yeah, just copy paste the response thing.
let's just throw it in here for now.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that seems a problem.
now,
There you
why an accessor instead of just a reader?
go. Yeah.
Change word.
Immutability. Yeah. Okay, continue.
Now, do we actually need to do that? Because I thought that's only when you haven't defined success and failure, where you
Oh,
just
okay.
have those as instance variables.
Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. It's me just acting. Yeah. I didn't notice that. I thought those were initializers. Yeah, go on. I'm just
Right,
wasting
okay.
time.
So up, where would we have the yield? We'd probably have it like right after all the logic and right before the if, right?
Yeah.
We need to take off no paste, or set no paste. All right, so yield
I
response
know.
new.
No. You have to assign a variable and then response, and then like you assign a variable and then you call response, because
Why?
in
Why
the
can't we
block
just yield response.new?
in the line number 9 you would have to access that.
Oh, yep. Okay, I got you. Uh, equals, uh, all right, and so
Now on line number 10, response.success.call.
there we go. Yeah.
Before you
So
delete that, you could just
I did.
paste this.
Huh?
You could have just pasted response dot at the front instead of deleting the
True.
whole
True.
thing.
Yep. Uh, all right, and so then over here.
Now the problem arises is that, oh no problem arises. Okay, that's fine. Go on.
Right. So let's go.
Just close the brackets there and then
Yeah. Uh,
a do and
yep. Do response. And then was it response
success.
dot success, and then oh, response dot failure, like that,
And
right?
then just 24 to 25 or 2 to 3.
Ooh, what are you saying?
No, just like nothing, just go on.
Now, how's the way to do this in one line? You just separate these by commas, redirect first. Right. Period. So is this a Rails 4 thing?
Yeah.
So you could do yank inside quote instead of doing that.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think you want yank a quote, y-a quote,
What is that?
so you can get the quotes. Or I guess you got it anyway. Put it on the left,
Okay.
curly.
No, I can't copy line. I did a copy line, so
Oh, right.
okay.
You accidentally deleted the else in there. Oh wait, yeah, you still need the else.
Did I do?
So put your cursor on the redirect and then, oh, right, whatever.
Yeah. And then the same thing here, but I think line number like 3 lines below and 4 lines below can't be shortened into one line.
Oh, because we have to do a session and a flash, yeah.
No, and like we have sign in and redirect, which is a device method. I don't think device supports that. So
Okay.
hold on, let me just have a look. I guess we could do the same here then. Yeah, another thing that I'm thinking is like, you see, we have line number four and line number like four above and one below exactly same. So we could just have the if current user dot present inside the call to make sure which block gets called. So like we could just have one method like one create authentication dot for, and then inside we decide which block to send, because that's the only thing that differs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would reduce two extra lines, I think.
Right. Okay. All right. Uh, uh,
And then here the
right. Well, actually, let's just for now do these again, and we'll modify them. Oh, my. Oh. Whatever. So both of these are going to be broken up to multiple lines, which is sort of painful, but whatever. Mm, uh, oh, whatever. That's actually okay. Let's actually fix it. Oh, that's not. Undo. Because it needs to be registered 0 paste. Oh, whatever. Keep on. So
uh, that I guess seems okay.
um mm, 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 mm.
Now this is the reason why I wanted like just the messages and the path to be returned, because you we have so much duplication here, like response dot success, response dot failure, response dot success, response dot failure, and all that. So we could just have one line for that, and that is the reason why I wanted to implement what I was talking about.
Sure. Let's run the tests on this, and
Yeah.
then so where is this file? I can just bang and it will disappear, right? I did that. Okay. So what's the good way with RS? Is there like a spec or?
Yeah, spec SPK. Yeah.
And
So
then I
request authentication. There might be a raise somewhere. Did I do something wrong? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. That's a
There
good
was a
question.
runtime. Yeah, there was a runtime error, and I just.
Oh, yeah, it's because I think we never changed the default arguments inside the way this works here. We need to get rid of the
Yeah, just remove them.
so what is actually at the end of this line? Okay, yeah. And then
How do you do that?
how did I just do
Like
that?
V dollar left arrow key and then D, right?
No, I did D T parens. The T means until.
Okay.
Pretty useful. So that should be right. I'm surprised it actually didn't raise wrong number of arguments there, but maybe because those were default arguments.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, we're green. Let's do the cucumbers. I'm just gonna Control Z to do this because I always forget what the um, okay, so this is gonna be cucumber features users. What is it like? Create users feature, omniauth,
Omniauth.
and then there was something about videos, user videos.
Uh, yeah, and project videos.
Oh, there's a fourth one?
Well, that's not really required. This should be enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right, so let's just do a commit here, and then we can, in the next commit, destroy it and implement it a different way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's see your suggestion. I didn't fully understand it.
So what we are doing here is like we are deciding like all the service does at the moment is just do the backend like save the user and all that, and then just redirects the flash and the redirect to the controller. But what I wanted to do was like I just this if current user are present and if else thing, I wanted to keep the controller as short as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So just move this flash thing, everything inside the block to the service, and then just assign what's returned to a flash and a path, redirect path, and then like what do you say? Just redirect to that path.
So how is the service going to know if current user is present? You're going to inject it?
Well, yeah, that's a problem again. Hold on. So again, we could just pass it as a variable, but well, like we're passing in user, which is either a new user or a current user. So we could just check if user is not a new record.
Okay, right. That'll work.
Yeah, but another problem might be like the sign in and redirect might not work.
Right. And in that case, you need to inject self, I think, so that you can
Yeah.
do whatever you want to call that in there, controller dot redirect. Right. And that's okay. That's one way of doing it. We could also expose methods inside this controller, not inside this method, but down below, that basically contain this same thing that get called back to. You inject self, and then I don't know what you want to call the name of the success for these two lines here, right?
Well, they do the same thing then, or like the use of that then, because like if you have a method that does that, then you are just like, why not just do that? Like you're passing self and then you're defining methods here, so why not just do that in the service itself?
True.
Let's just try doing that while with passing self and see how does that look.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you're going to be able to use your dot like that.
Oh yeah. This device have a sign-in method only. Okay. I mean, I like if we for the purposes of device, we can just include the device controllers users module. I think, like where these sign-in methods are stored.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if that will help or not. So I'll just do pass on the controller for now, and then I'll have a look at what can be done. But again, there's another problem that we would have to pass an OAuth path.
Yep.
So I think this makes things more complex again.
Right.
Yeah, so let's just stick with the original one. Maybe I'm not sure. Like like things don't seem as simple as they when I was thinking of it.
Yeah, because a lot of
Because
things have to be injected.
yeah, so let this be there now. Should I just do a reset?
Yep. So what I'll probably do for the interview is TDD, the response object, if we want to practice that now. Delete the response object and write some tests for it.
Well, I could just TDD the whole controller. I
How
mean,
do you TDD a controller? See, I don't believe that you can really TDD a controller because controllers are bullshit. They're not really a single responsibility entity. You know,
no,
they do everything.
no, like I just wanted to write tests for the controller as it stood before, and then you could just implement the response object on top, like because you see you can't do the response object in the request spec obviously.
Um, well, if we're introducing this response object, I sort of imagine that it's going to, well, do you think it's going to live in the models directory as a top level object?
No. Well, if you have, well, we have reused for this in the events as well, event creator service.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
a pattern that we could use all over the place
Yeah.
because controllers are all full of flashes and redirects in one direction or another, depending on how something goes.
Yeah.
And that's stuff that we usually like to um, pull into a service. And so,
Like what I think is the problem with our the create action is that like it's I mean the only thing that's blocking us from refactoring is that it's handling too many jobs, like when the create like it's handling the logging in, it's handling the creating of new users, and then it's handling the GitHub policy and G plus policy as well. So I think that is what the major block in having the refactor for this. So
well, I don't think it's handling login because of that top line where it redirects to show, or
okay, yeah.
redirect technically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you are right that there still is a lot going on here. But what we could do is now uh, extract another service object from it that um, that can be used to coordinate everything here, right? Maybe that
Yeah.
will get too messy. Maybe that's not possible, but it's worth a try.
Probably. I mean, where do you want to go from here? Like, I agree that the response object or the callbacks would be a better option because uh, the what? The first problem with having the way which I was thinking of is like we won't want to pass in like we won't want to pass in the whole controller to the action, right? Because that doesn't seem good. Like that doesn't seem a good idea. Like you're
Hmm.
passing the whole object to the service.
Right. I mean, is there any way that we could include? Oh, this is probably a spam call. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
Work call or spam call?
It was a real call. It was a survey. It was
Oh,
still a robot, but I answered the
okay.
survey questions. Um, so is there any way we could extract this is provider YouTube information into the service?
Let's see what that does. I've honestly forgotten why. Okay. So one option is that like at the moment we're just passing in like there are different omniauth hashes, like one is omniauth dot auth, then the other is omniauth origin, and another is omniauth params, right? So we're just passing in the auth hash, so we would have to pass this hash as well to the service.
Yeah. Or we could just pass the entire request.env in, right?
Well, we could just, I mean, yeah, but how would that help us?
Well, if we could define provider as YouTube inside the service and then do this G plus policy, GitHub policy part in the authentication service as well, then it wouldn't be in the controller.
I wonder why is this used. Wait, why is this even being passed in?
What?
What the hell? The provider's YouTube is being passed in when it has no particular use.
Interesting.
I think we had passed that in for this G plus policy, but we forgot to remove it. So it's not really required. So let's just remove it.
Okay. So go to the yeah, sure. Actually, yeah, maybe we can't pull this into the service because one of the options has a redirect in it.
No, I think the major problem, like previously, we were doing it all fine. The only problem was that when we, like, if we were doing it the way we were doing it previously, we were using the users' GitHub credentials even when it was. I mean, we were using the users' YouTube credentials even when it was a G plus authentication, which we did not want. So that was the problem.
Mm.
Like we had some meta programming in remember previously, which just called a G plus policy or GitHub policy from the service, but we had to remove that because of this problem where we couldn't have the YouTube credentials when he was syncing with G plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's all. We could have another before filter for the prevent providers YouTube, but
Where in that case,
in that case, we wouldn't need to have the and return. But again, that how does that help anyways?
right? So let's just talk about why we even have to worry about if provider is YouTube. If provider is YouTube, that's happening because the person went to their profile and clicked the
Yeah.
link YouTube button,
Yes.
and um, when that happens, we're in here. So we are okay. So we use the
Just 1 minute. It seems like things are failing at the moment. I mean, things should be failing because you see there is no path to create Google Plus authentication at the moment.
yeah.
Just let me just fire up a Rails server and see how what that does. What changes did you make? Okay, this one.
you need to, yep, tools.
Okay, let's try the Google Plus authentication thing, and if our code is really working or we're just working with the wrong thing.
All right, so how should we test this?
Log in as random, or just click on G plus on the login page.
Not the sign up, but the login?
Both are same, so just G plus.
So I got a 500 error.
Yeah, that's because it's trying to send email.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just go back. Go back to your home page, like localhost. No, yeah, just okay. Click on the G plus again. Interesting.
Should I do this while not signed into G+?
Yeah, that's not a problem actually. Just click on accept, and that. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's just try commenting out that in the user model. Then just give me 1 minute. This is a power cut. Till the end.
Should I just take out the after create block for the send welcome
Uh,
method?
yeah, both will be fine. Just take out that then.
All right, I'm gonna go try this again. All right, so now it's blowing up on the GitHub policy create.
Perfect. So it wasn't even supposed to work, but I don't know how the specs are passing. Give me 1 minute, alright?
Okay.
Okay, so it seems like whatever we are testing against is also not correct, as you can clearly see.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like just writing new specs from scratch again. I at least thought like the cucumber was working, but that seems to be gone as well, and the request spec isn't even working.
Right.
So, it's trash.
Let's see if we can just extend these specs.
Wait, those already have like the GitHub and the G plus things. Why are they not even passing? Can you just try running again and see if they pass or fail? G. No, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So the path I was walking in my browser is for unregistered users with a G+ profile.
Yes, and that would work for registered users with a G plus profile as well, without the
Mm-hmm.
G plus profile as well. Same errors. So it's probably that our tests are not reaching the controller. Maybe it's just returning in the view or something. But like I mean,
Well, they're actually checking the database.
yeah,
Changed.
and
Out of curiosity, do you have lets? Like sometimes lazy loading messes this up.
but what is that we are lazy loading?
I don't see any lazy loading though, so
Can you just try changing like where it says G plus with yeah. So just change that signed in successfully to some useless error message.
Okay.
Okay. And now let's go through that same path again. Oh yeah, they don't use specs. Okay. So how is it that that's working? Can I just scroll up 1 minute?
Hmm.
Let's go back to the hash. Provider is provider. Okay, I have a feeling that maybe the provider or the provider is YouTube is getting stubbed. Although no, that might not be affecting it as well. So you see, the G plus policy doesn't really do anything that might affect the test, which is being tested. Like it just does update YouTube ID if, right?
Hmm.
So I mean, even if the error is being raised, it might not be get detected. But the what's actually being tested might is getting called maybe like the create authentication dot for, right?
Not sure if I understand. I didn't write these tests, so
Yeah, that's all
and I
right. So
didn't ever implement this to begin with. So a lot of these hashes don't have meaning to me yet.
okay. What I'm saying is like let me just switch to screen share. Hold on. I'll did I just close something?
No, I think you just switched tabs.
Okay, I just wanted to disconnect actually.
There you go.
I'll switch to screen share because there's a power cut and I might lose power. So. Yeah, so what I'm saying is like you see our tests are checking if the authentication account changes in the database, and like that is being done in the that is being checked in that is being done in the create authentication service.
Are you
So
trying to share your screen?
no, I'm not trying to share my screen. I'll just work off your code
Okay.
because I can't have I don't have the screen right at the moment. So the authentication is getting created in the create authentication service, and
Hmm.
it seems to me that for some reason the error of the G plus policy not existing is getting hidden for some reason. So that is the only explanation that I can get
Well,
at the
let's put
moment.
a debugger into where's my mouse?
Provided is YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
or the G plus policy create, right?
yeah, yeah.
So just a debugger right here would do. Um, then run these specs. I'm definitely not catching the debugger. I need to update the. I don't think I saved down here. Um, just WA. Run that again. So yeah, didn't catch the debugger. That's not good.
Yeah, so it
So
seems like the errors are not getting caught for some reason. Maybe like it's not catching the errors. Maybe like even though a G plus policy does not exist, it's hiding them. Uh, could you try commenting out? Yeah, just do that debugger first, and then I'll try out something else. Yeah, that won't be
okay.
caught as well. Yeah. So could you just try commenting out the module G plus policy or changing that to some useless name?
So do we have metaprogramming that's calling this, or what would this do?
No, I mean, what I'm saying is like like right now errors should be raised, right?
Where do we have an error being raised?
Like even if the G plus policy is being called, is not being called, an error should be raised, right? Like
Where do we have that logic though?
we don't have a logic because the GitHub policy does not exist in the controller, right? Yeah, so now it's catching it. That
Mhm.
seems fine. Yeah, so it's creating the GitHub policy for that, and it's just leaving it at that, and we are not testing for anything related to the G plus policy, right? So it's not failing.
So
We need to, we probably
yeah.
need to add a test for that, like G plus policy, where it says update YouTube IDF,
Hmm.
yeah, and just undo all the useless names before we write the test.
I think yeah.
Okay, yeah. So now we just need to write one test to make sure that the G plus policy gets called when the provider is G plus, the GitHub policy.
Well, how do we not have that right now? Because when you run these specs, it certainly produces test names that make it sound like it does.
Well, if you have a look at the content inside G plus policy, which says update YouTube ID, well,
Yeah.
there's no test for updating a YouTube ID. So
Yeah, but we don't even have a test that goes um, into the top of the block. So we don't have a test that is true for provider as YouTube.
no, yeah, that is what I was saying. Like the YouTube thing doesn't even get tested. And I think the way it's being tested is correct now that I see that, because you see the G plus policy does nothing related to G plus or any authentication, right? So
Uh,
it's just you updating a YouTube ID, and
mhm.
that will be done only if the provider is YouTube. And the in the else block we can just have the GitHub, because like GitHub is the only other policy that exists.
Right. Okay, but in real life, if provider is YouTube, we want to. Okay, we can. Okay, fine. If it's not YouTube, we still need to figure out whether it's going to be G plus or GitHub, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like the G plus, there's nothing related to the authentication or that not like all the G plus sync with G plus does it. It creates a new authentication, right? And that has been created in the service object, and there's no role of that G plus policy. Instead, I think that should be named YouTube policy, not G plus policy,
Hmm.
because that seems to be named wrong. Because that does nothing related to G plus. It's all YouTube related, and then you can remove the debugger. So, but whatever we have here is it's done really bad. So again, even when you are refactoring it, it's being done very badly.
All right. So yeah, we need to run tests through there, but also, how are we gonna structure logic to log in with G plus instead of GitHub? Or not log in, but
Uh,
create an authentication for G plus.
well, it's being done in the large block you have from 6 to 8 20. Like it creates an authentication whether it's GitHub or G plus. So it goes to that block and then creates authentication for G plus. And
So this does right here, user.authentications.build.
yeah, provider G plus and UID the user ID. Oh, yeah, the UID. Like that is a block that gets run uh, regardless it is a G plus or a GitHub or a YouTube.
So over in the controller, do we even need to have an else block here?
The else block,
Yeah.
Well, actually, not really. Although the problem with I'm thinking now that is like a GitHub policy gets created even though the event is G plus.
Yeah.
So that is what we want to prevent. Like you could have another if, which says like if provider is GitHub instead of an else there. And give me 5 minutes, I'll be back.
Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah, I just had to go lock the gate because parents were going out.
Hmm.
Hey, so one. So like, what do you think about this now that we found out even more problems?
Okay. OmniAuth info email. Is OmniAuth info email available both with Q plus and GitHub?
Yeah, seems to be, yeah.
I feel like this should be extracted to this
A method,
OmniAuth.
right?
Yeah, and these should be changed to fetch.
I mean that is a like that. I think that already always exists.
But do you want it to 500 if it doesn't for some reason?
Yes, I wanted to. That means that we have something that's wrong with our implementation, and I don't want it to silently fail. Like we have
Okay.
had lots of problems debugging with things silently failing. So
Hmm.
like if this does not happen, then we for sure know that like the Omniauth specification or API has changed, and we need to change our code.
Hmm. All
So
right. So let's try to figure out what we actually need to do with these policies. The point of these policies right now is just to get necessary information to update the user profile with a URL.
yeah, what's being updated depends on the policy. Now the only thing that I have I think one of not the only thing, but like at the moment we are just relying on like pure luck for doing things because the way of doing things now is like it's pretty confusing to understand, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like if a new user comes in, if you have something like let's say if provider is YouTube, then YouTube policy, and then if provider is GitHub, then GitHub policy, and that would make sense. But right now, like if provider is YouTube, YouTube policy, else the provider else just call GitHub policy. Now,
Right.
yeah, it's that means that G plus providers are also getting called with GitHub policy. So
Right.
that is what makes things more confusing. So you can just have another if block, even though that might look more ugly, but that means that we can refactor that later.
Right. Because I mean, uh, yeah. Uh, so what we could have is, yeah. What do we call this one? If provider. Okay. If
Omniauth provider is okay. You could have another method.
right.
Yes, and then you need to create another method.
Right. We don't even right now have a YouTube one, but or not YouTube. G
G
plus.
plus. But the thing is, like, there is nothing policy related to do in G plus. Like, you could just create an empty policy just
Mm-hmm.
for but there is nothing G plus related, so we
Well,
could
I
just
thought
create it.
with G plus, if they do have, if somebody has a G plus profile, so are you? Let me look at it on production.
Yeah.
Like if I go in with my G plus, there's nothing that changes on my show page.
No, no.
Really?
Like that is one of the things that I wanted to fix. I mean, the only thing that changes is like remove G plus gets added instead of add like sync with G plus.
Oh, weird. Do you see this? I go to log in with my G plus, and it tells me email has already been taken.
Yeah, this is the one of the things I think I wanted to fix with the new logic. So
Hmm. I guess because I've made an account on production with my
with
regular email.
yeah with GitHub and like when you sync with GitHub, it does not like when you sync with G plus from the create authentication. I don't think it adds it to this, so I think that might be a problem.
Right. And so the behavior that we would want is that if I signed up with GitHub and I come back and try to sign in with G plus, it will ask me to link my accounts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so I'm gonna log in with GitHub and go to my page. And so if I had done this with G plus, there's no information here that would have been gathered.
No. The only thing that would have changed is your GitHub username would have been removed.
Right.
Just
Oh,
click on
well,
it.
no?
Click on edit.
Okay.
Sync with Google Plus.
It says authentication successful.
Okay. Now log out. Now
And
log
log
in with
in
G Plus. Yeah.
G plus.
There
Let
you
me
go.
in. If I click on my name, does it go to the show page? It does.
Yeah. No change.
No change. Yep.
So I mean like if only we could allow like if a person syncs with YouTube, we could have a G plus added. Then I think that would make things easier for us. I mean the way I think of it at the moment. Like if you would allow like when a user syncs with YouTube, then his G plus to get added, then what I could just do is have some meta programming which does like provider then policy dot create omniauth user in the service object, so which we had originally but we removed because of the privacy reasons.
Right. I mean, maybe I'll change my mind, but I still think in general that if somebody's signing in with G+, that might just be because they don't have a GitHub and they don't want to create a profile. But just because their G+ has a YouTube account, they don't necessarily want, like, let me log out, then go to the members page, go to Sam Joseph. You know, he's got YouTube videos just like streaming in from his channel.
Yeah.
Like, people signing up might not necessarily want their YouTubes linked. Now, right now, it's not a big deal, of course, because we have a very naive way of getting YouTube videos where we just only grab the ones that match a certain keyword.
Yeah. And the other thing is like they have to be following projects. So, like if they follow a project and then if they have words that match those projects, then only the videos will get fetched. So you're not really invading into the user's YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know that was the case.
Like if you don't follow a project, then you can't. Your videos won't get shown from that user, from that project.
So, if I were to follow no projects,
Yeah.
even though I have YouTube videos on my account that say WSO and local support, none of those would ever get pulled in.
No.
Hmm.
Like I
So, by the way, why does the projects page take a long time to load?
Yeah, so it's not exactly about the videos getting async to us or whatever. The actual problem I figured out was that it makes a call to the YouTube API every time you open the projects page. So that is why it takes a long time. It's
Now,
not
why
about
does
that.
the projects page make a call to the YouTube? Is it basically the projects page is looking at all its members and
Yeah,
updating all their videos?
we don't really update their videos. We don't have anything about the videos in the database. We
Hmm.
just we just fetch them and then show them. There is nothing related to the table at the moment. I mean, if when Yaro's Hangout code gets merged in, I'll just I mean we can just do that. Like
What do we need to do?
we need to store the video URLs for the Hangouts in the database for it to be super fast.
Okay. And then so when we have the URLs and you look at your page, okay. So this
So
would,
something like, I mean, what I'm saying is you could just have like Yaro's code will have Yaro's new the pull request for the Hangouts will have a Hangouts table, and then you can just have like user has and belongs to many Hangouts, and then a user has many Hangouts, and then projects has many users, and then you could just set up a has and belongs to many, and then you could just fetch like user dot Hangouts and then projects dot Hangouts.
okay. But so these Hangouts are gonna also get the YouTube videos?
Yes, that is what Yaro had implemented.
Okay. All right, fine. So we have okay. We have this updating email in here. That happens. That works with G Plus and that works with GitHub, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just wondering if we need these policies at all right now. Well,
We do, because we need to update the GitHub profile URL for the user, and then we need to update the YouTube ID for the user.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, okay. Let's just make an empty G plus policy.
Well, that doesn't really matter at the moment. What you don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Oh, 1 minute. Was it in quotes or was it a symbol?
I
I
think
think
it
it
was
was.
quotes. Everything I see here is quotes. Mm,
This is what we had originally, so
yeah.
just because of the stupid YouTube thing is what messes up
Yep.
things for us.
Hey, Paul.
Howdy. How's it going?
Good. Just
Not
throwing
exactly
around
good.
some code.
Nice.
This is pretty much useless. I don't even want to run the tests anymore now.
Well, shouldn't we go find what's wrong with our tests?
Well, yes, but yeah, we could.
First of all, let's run them and see if they do detect any problems.
I mean, there shouldn't be any problems at the moment unless constant errors, but
Right. Well, let's just run it.
yeah.
All right. So I guess I'll practice RS spec request authentication. Okay, doesn't say anything. Control R for backward search. Cucumber. Here's our big one.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, that's just to disable the mailer.
Right. Okay. And why was the mailer giving us errors on develop?
Because you don't have the SMTP set up.
Okay. Do I want to do head? If I want to just reset the, is that right? Git checkout head like that?
Yes. I mean, dash dash is a alternative for head.
Really?
Yeah. Make a change and then
You're saying that is an
yes.
alternate for head? Huh. Okay. All right. So we need a test that goes into if provider is YouTube to catch this debugger. Whoa.
Sorry.
Do you have a good way? What's the vim word under cursor? There's got to be. Yeah.
What is it that you want to? Like delete the current word?
Well, what I want to do, yeah, probably the best way is just yank word and then slash control R 0. Whoa, what happened there? I thought that was going to give me something different. I wanted slash. I basically want provider as YouTube, but I was thinking there's a faster way than typing it again.
So you want to? What do you want exactly?
I just want to jump to the definition, right? So if
Okay.
I search provider is YouTube, right? Anyway, so we need a test that has the setup for this. Actually, we'll just close out this service for now. Portados.each. So is the problem that there's no nice way to sort of add in YouTube to this collection?
No, you need to have some stub. You know what? What I was thinking is we could just move all of our policies inside the service object, and then like just keep the controller only with the, just have the controller only with the like the create authentication for.
All right, how would we do that though?
Like you see, we do if you scroll to the top, like we are just redirecting to auth part and returning, right? Yeah, again, yeah, that's not possible because we would have to pass in an extra callback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So YouTube is what is messing things up for us.
Mm-hmm.
Although this line could be moved inside though.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna put my lunch in the microwave.
Okay.
Mute myself too. Maybe I need to spend some time in IRB inspecting this OmniAuth object.
We could do that now. Do you think that's important? Because if we find some patterns, then we can just reduce a few of these. Like we could just, I mean, we might find that we can check if the provider is YouTube from the OmniAuth hash itself, and we won't have to move to the OmniAuth params.
Right.
Let's just try that. Yeah, so I think you need to like open a random account and then sync with YouTube. Hello.
Do you need me to do that?
Yeah, because okay, I could do that maybe, but yeah, like it doesn't allow me over ngrok to do that because of the redirect URL problem.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
that's why.
all right. Close this. This is localhost 3000. Okay. So did you put a debugger somewhere? Oh, okay, right at the top of create. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go to login. Whoa.
Okay, yeah, this is another thing that I fixed in my 100 commit pull request. Try it.
What was that about?
That's like there's this overridden user parameter sanitizer for device, and that's stored in the lib directory, and sometimes it doesn't get required for some reason, and then it just fails. Okay.
Random at random.com.
Yeah.
And password of random.
Random. And then go to the accounts page. Yeah, edit.
Sync with YouTube.
Yep.
Select an account. I guess I'll select my new account. Accept.
There you go.
Debugger.
Okay.
Can you get a YAML version of that? No, cleaner version.
So you see provider is G+, and then I get your raw info, get your credentials. I don't see YouTube anywhere, unfortunately.
So where is params right now? You got a typo on OmniAuth.
Okay.
Oh, it's Aminoth. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube true.
So where's that coming from? Is that set up by the show page?
Hold on. I think I know what it is. I believe it's like if just can you open up the source for the sync with YouTube button, or maybe I'll just open up the show page. Like I think they pass in an extra parameter to OmniAuth which gets returned maybe.
So you could do comma GG if you want to use ag to find where that's defined.
No, I know where that is. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is what is getting passed, and if this is what is getting returned in the omniauth params hash.
So how does that hacky thing get into request env?
No, like it gets into request env then the omniauth params. Like when you pass in any extra parameters to omniauth, then it returns them back into the omniauth params hash.
Oh.
So
Okay.
this is what the hack allows us to do. I mean, if we could have like we wouldn't even need the sync with YouTube button. Like if we had this, what do you say? If we allowed like users to be synced with YouTube when their G plus was being synced.
Mm-hmm.
But this is why what that is for. Your lunch is ready.
Yeah. Let me just set up my my tea with the caffeine.
Cool. Nice, nice.
$15 pieces. All right. So where were we?
I was just going through the other hashes, but I couldn't find anything other than that YouTube
Okay.
thing. Although, just 1 minute, I'll just try another thing in that. Just a refer, right? No. Okay. Yeah, go on. So I mean, we have to stay with that hack,
Hmm.
that's doing the YouTube thing, and then I mean, like G Plus and the YouTube is almost the same, and the only difference I find is that it updates the database with the person's YouTube ID, and if it's G Plus, then it just creates authentication with the same token,
Hmm.
with the same data, that is.
What do you mean the same token?
No, not the same token. I mean, it gets returned with the same data, but the YouTube thing uses the token, while the G Plus uses the provider and the UID.
Right.
It's the same data, but just the usage is different.
But how is it the same data? It doesn't go to G plus.
It goes to G Plus. It goes to the same URL, but
Oh, it
only
does go to G plus. Okay, I see what you mean.
it does authenticate by G Plus. I mean, it fetches the G Plus data, but the only difference is that in the YouTube thing, it doesn't create authentication. It just updates the YouTube ID for the user, while in G
Right.
Plus, it creates authentication with that. I mean, that is the reason why I wanted to sync those both together, both of these together.
Hmm.
Like they do the exact same thing. I mean, they get the exact same thing, and like we could just merge both of these together. That would be so much easier.
Right. What would we call the button then?
Just sync with G Plus or sync with Google Plus, and then sync with Google Plus plus YouTube.
Right.
Or we could just change the authentication to have YouTube. Like on the login page, we could just have GitHub and YouTube, and then here as well, we could just have sync with YouTube and remove the G Plus thing.
So remove all references to Google plus or G plus and just, well, I mean the
Have
button, so it would be a Google plus button. Or we'd say sync with YouTube or sign in with YouTube.
Yeah, like login as YouTube.
Hmm. Seems weird.
I think this is the only thing that's stopping us from moving onwards. I mean, after that, oh, like okay, let's just leave the policy objects for now.
Hmm.
Let's set them aside. And how would you go about, or what are your plans on the rest, like the this long block?
Well, I don't think we can make that block any better.
Mm, true. I like my intention from the start always had been to have different controllers for sign in and sign up.
But this is only sign up stuff here.
This is like, yeah, right. Again, I mean, when a user is present and then when a user is not present. Yeah, that's the same thing. Again,
Yeah. I mean, this is, yeah.
I mean, this seems all right. I mean, we've refactored a lot. We've removed, like, taken out many common things, but the line length is still the same, or even larger than that.
Yeah. The point is to be more readable,
Well, yeah, but
more
I like
understandable.
the way I see it at the moment. You'll see like we have lots of levels of nesting here. Like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we've made it worse, right? We've
Yeah. It, I don't know.
I guess we have to just leave it at that, and let's see if we can get somebody else's input on this.
Yeah. Maybe a CTO's input.
Huh?
Maybe
Yeah,
a
CTO.
CTOs.
Yeah.
I mean, because the basic problem is just the general business logic that acts such that you can, without having an account, you can create an authentication, which would
No,
then
you can't.
also create you an account.
Yeah. Well, I realize like most of the sites just have a login with YouTube. They don't have a sign up with YouTube. Like, let me just show you a few things. Let's say, let's go to Code School,
Okay.
and I'll just share my screen. Yeah, should be sharing. So here you'll see that their UI is something like sign in, and then they have sign in with GitHub, Facebook, G Plus,
I don't
auth.
see a green arrow on your thing. It doesn't look like you're sharing.
Oh, okay. I didn't press the button. I like clicked outside of the window. Oh no, it doesn't allow me to screen share. I'd have to rejoin. Hold on. Hello.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Now I can share my screen. Tell me if you see the now.
Yeah, it looks like you're sharing.
Okay, so let's go to the Code School page. This is how their top sidebar looks like. They have
Hmm.
a sign in and then a create free account. So if I click on sign in, they have an email or username and then sign in, and then they have on the top sign in with GitHub, which goes to slash auth slash GitHub,
Hmm.
then slash auth slash Facebook, and then slash auth slash G plus. All right.
Hmm.
Now if I close this and I click on create free account, then it just takes me to another page, and where they have something like again, yeah, sign up with GitHub, sign up with Facebook, sign up with Google at the bottom. But it's still the same. It's still the same path with just the analytics thing added, which they want, which they probably use to do test if people sign up from the like for authentications if they click on this or if they click on the sign in button.
So you're saying that you think there's going to be a difference in their logic if you log in with GitHub but never have created an account? That it won't be the same effect as sign up with that account?
I mean, the only difference in effect is that they use analytics. If you have a look at the URL there, it says like with a parameter like analytics and then sign up page equals user slash sign up, and
Hmm.
then here that you don't have that. So I think this is to track if to see if more people sign up with OmniAuth from the sign up page or from the login page, I guess. Like basically, there's no difference in logic. They just have an extra analytics pattern, but it's still the same URL.
So is it the same thing that we're doing?
Kind of, yeah.
So you think that they are actually creating a new database record if you log in with GitHub?
Yes.
Okay.
Although I'm not sure. Let me just try this. Let's click on auth slash GitHub. Okay, it's logged in. I think I already had one. I have to log in with something else. Hold on. Auth slash G plus. Yeah, so it seems like if it doesn't exist, then they do the same logic, like they create an account.
Right.
Probably. Although I'll have to accept this to make sure. Because I don't want to pollute my accounts. So they kind of use the same logic as we do.
I see you actually have more colors than me. I
What?
have a lot of gray now, where you have yellow, like on your it blocks and end and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes, I guess so. Yeah, these are my default Vim colors actually. This is what I get on my normal Vim terminal, while yours seems to be different.
Hmm.
Yeah, whatever. I guess we'll have a look at that. So I think, I mean, if we still stay on the same business logic, I mean, I don't really see much way of going forwards from here.
Right. As in, we probably can't improve the do block complex logic by much.
Yeah, if the I mean, they I think like the motive of refactoring is like keeping what it does same, but just changing the way it does it different, right?
Yeah.
But we don't. But like if we were to make this better, we would have to like completely change the way it does it.
Right. So what does four down from here? What does this do? Session omniauth.
That I have no idea. I don't know if that fails or not. I didn't do this. I
But
think
okay,
what I think
so
what
it's
this
going to
does is
redirect
like.
to the new user registration URL. Let's look at the view for that and see if it tries to make use of anything in the session.
Okay, I hold on. A better idea might be to just do this because there's not much user session in our app. Yeah, so it's used in the registrations helper, and yeah, it's used in the registrations helper and in the authentications controller and the registrations controller.
Right, so that fourth one, the one that is the authentications controller, setting up session omniauth, accept
Yes.
extra, and then it's basically not used,
No.
right?
Let us just try commenting that out and see if some tests fail, like the whole suite. We
Right.
could just do. We can also try manual at the same moment.
Yeah.
So let's comment this out and then let's comment. I'll just do another thing at the same time actually.
Take that one out as well.
Yeah. This is even do. Our controller authentications and then yes, just let's run our spec and then I'll go back and run, have a look at the Omnia documentation. This would probably still pass. Um, but do you have any idea who created this Omnia logic?
I think Brian's name is over most of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I guess I know the problem there.
okay.
Just go back to the. Yeah, I'll just do that. I added another spec which was useless.
Is that the only test that we're failing? Authentication? Let me scroll up.
Yes.
Yeah. Looks like
Okay,
it.
let's just run cucumber.
Well, interesting. You said 9 failures, but it only listed 6. You might
You
just
want
want
to
to run
run?
all of cucumber, even though it's going to take 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. And we could just do background testing in the background. I mean, manual testing in the background.
Yep.
Let's just go to your side and. Okay, hold on.
So we should release this debugger here.
Yeah. So I don't see this mentioned anywhere in the official Omniauth documentation, the session Omniauth thing. I mean, just the README. I haven't had a look at the whole code yet.
So which Omniauth do we use? The Omniauth OAuth 2, the original Omniauth? Like I just googled GitHub Omniauth and there's like 5 hits, 4 hits.
1 minute. Uh, let's have a look at the gem file. I mean, we use like Omniauth, GitHub, and Omniauth G Plus are basically the add-ons, but the major thing is like in the Omniauth gem itself. If I do vim gem file and then Omniauth, I think we use Omniauth too. Yeah, Omniauth and then
Okay, yeah, we use Omniauth, GitHub, and G+.
yeah, but what's the version is what we want to know, right?
Oh, interesting. The G+. Hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Let's search this. Yeah, so Omniauth is 1.2.1.
Okay.
And then we have another gem called Omniauth OAuth 2. So
I
we
don't
have
see that. Where's that gem? I don't see any OAuth. Well,
okay,
I
that's
just.
that. No. Run bundle show.
Oh, it's a dependency?
Yes.
Bundle show. grep omni.
No. Yeah, whatever. So there are 5 gems.
Which one did I miss with my grep?
OAuth 2.
How? I did grep omni. That would have caught it. No?
This one.
Oh, it's the regular OAuth too. Gotcha.
Yeah, let's just have a look at the gem file log. That'll list what are the dependencies, which dependency is requiring this. So it's Omniauth GitHub, which is using both. Interesting. I'll be right back. Hold on, 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if the version of Omni matters or not, but
Hmm.
that is something to again look at. Also, I did you run the finish the cucumber tests?
Good point. Oh,
Oh, uh, okay. At least it's that our at least one of the cucumber tests is catching that.
that's true.
Yeah, so our tests are not that bad, it seems. Although the authentication request spec needs to be improved, and
Yep.
I remove that debugger. So, okay, so that it seems like that thing was not really required. Let's just do some manual testing again, and then let's see
Right.
if that's possible. Yeah, because that's one step less in having like one line returns maybe.
And that was in the failure block for a new user doing something, right?
Yep.
I'm not even sure how to manually test that. Like,
Okay.
what do I
Actually, I
suppose I
think
could. Hmm.
I mean it seems like it's already tested because we have some authentication failure in the test in the request spec. But what you could do is actually hold on. One way to do is like uh, go to your account.
Yep. The
Uh,
random one.
uh, no, log out of that. Log out of that. Then sign up or log in, whatever.
Hmm.
GitHub. Click on GitHub and then hold on. Uh, after you click authorize, just as soon as you click authorize, okay, you click authorize. I'll quit the server. All right.
Okay. One,
Okay.
two,
Oh,
three.
hold on.
Okay. You ready? I'm
Yeah.
gonna do the countdown. 1 to 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Well, okay, you did it before me, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right. Now what we can do is just mess around with that code variable. Just change a few things there, A to B, B to C, and all that in the URL.
Oh, up here?
Yeah, just mess around.
Okay.
Like this is your playground.
All right.
And then change the state as well. Okay, now press enter.
Is that okay? It's back on. All right.
Yeah. Ah. Oh shit. I think we'll have to do that again. I might have changed a few things there. I okay. Let's try that again. So go back. Let's go back. Yeah.
To the authorized screen.
Okay. Yes. Press.
Okay, I'm pressing it.
What happened? Okay.
Send a welcome message.
Okay, I think the user got created. I couldn't quit the server. Yeah, this is kind of a trial and error thing, but that's the only way we can do it. I'll just delete the last user. Hold on. So the user didn't get created.
Yeah, guess not.
Yeah, it says it sent the mail, and okay, interesting. Whatever. Let's just repeat that process again. Yeah, you're there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to click authorize?
Yeah, you click authorize.
Okay. All right. You want me to change some stuff around here?
Yeah, only the code.
Only the code. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I changed one letter.
Okay, that's all right. And then press enter. Okay, so that isn't helpful as well. So we'll need to find some other way of triggering invalid credentials then. Like let me just go in a debugger there and see what can be done maybe. Or, I mean, the tests are testing it for us, but we just wanted to test it manually. So
Mm-hmm. Well, how are the tests testing this?
I'll show you where it does that. Invalid credentials. Yeah, here. Ah, valid. Yeah, this one. But that's only in the test environment. Can't do it here.
Mm-hmm. So we're testing it just by trying to call for an invalid provider.
Yeah, invalid credentials actually that are passed by Omnion.
But this symbol is acting as a provider, right?
No, that's like no, that's not exactly the provider. That's the hash for the provider. Like if you go to the top, you'll see that it sets these hashes for every provider.
Mm-hmm.
Like for there is one like in the test environment for Omniauth, they have a system of having different hashes for different providers. So that is
Mm-hmm.
kind of where you are setting the Omniauth hash for the GitHub provider or the G Plus provider to a special set of invalid credentials.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean this is testing it already, but I mean there is a manual way of doing this, but that might take long. But
Right.
we are pretty sure here that uh, authentication. Yeah,
I just
so we,
wonder where that
we might.
idea even came from. I'm gonna look at the code on develop.
Yeah,
Uh, wordless extra. All right, so line 131. See the blame. It is something that Marcelo touched last, but he probably isn't the one that originally wrote it. Um, let's see if we can Google this. See if there's
yeah.
like a blog post that talks about this anywhere or something.
Google the whole line actually. That might give better results. Yeah, I find that on Google actually. It's in the Reels cast.
Oh, okay. But the
Okay.
Railscast from 2010. There's a revised version of this. Um,
Probably. If I Okay, so it seems like our authentication is like almost copied from the Rails cast.
mm-hmm.
Totally copied.
Yep. Looks
And
like
they
that.
didn't. and they didn't bother to have a look at the revised version, I think.
Yeah. So there's, for revised versions, there's OmniAuth Simple and then Devise and OmniAuth.
Yeah, let's have a look at that screencast. What number is that, by the way?
Well, assuming that we're not going to look at OmniAuth Simple, we want to only look at Devise and OmniAuth, that's
Yeah.
235.
Yeah, let me see if I have that downloaded or not. 235 downloads and Railscasts 235 device, right?
And then it's got, under resources, 4 other episodes linked, which might be worth watching.
Okay, wait, it's 235. Okay, I don't have that at the moment. Yeah, let's have a look at the log at least, like what exactly it suggests us to do. Can you
Okay,
just maximize the screen?
sure. Do you want me to make it bigger?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's scroll down and then.
All right, so it's got stuff in the,
Yeah, actually, yeah, this is right. Why don't we use device for OmniAuth? Actually, why do we have this custom way of doing things? That's an interesting question, actually. I mean, yeah, I think it might be a good idea to just rewrite it for device only.
to
I mean,
do what with
even
Devise?
like at the moment, our authentication is like just pure authentication, that OmniAuth simple, kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
I was talking about like we could use the devices OmniAuthable module.
I didn't know there was such a thing. Let me
You see, it's
Devise OmniAuth.
and it was there on that the screen itself. Go back to the previous tab.
Yeah. OmniAuthable.
There you go.
I don't see it.
Uh,
Top?
it should be on the device with OmniAuth tab, not on the OmniAuth part 2.
Oh, I am on OmniAuth part 2. Good point.
Yeah.
With OmniAuthable.
I mean, like, can you just stop on that screen for a moment?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to have a look at that,
Yep. Okay.
like how it does it exactly. So it's for Twitter. So it says where auth.slice provider.uid first to create, and then user.provider user.uid and the user.username. Clearly, this is for just one. It's meant for like one authentication per user. So scroll down.
Why do you think it's only one per user?
You see, it says user.provider equals user.uid equals and user.username equals.
Right. So it would write over it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scroll down. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Not much changed actually. Let's have a blog post for device OmniAuth with multiple users. Something's probably going to turn up. Yeah, there is a way of doing that. I think I saw like multiple providers. It's on the wiki itself.
Gotcha. And the Stack Overflow from a few
Yeah,
months ago.
1 month ago. Yeah, a few months ago. Yeah. And there is a gem for that as well, which I would definitely prefer.
Oh yeah.
Gem device Rails, yeah. Then Rails generate DOM user and then Facebook, Twitter.
Where's this gem?
DOM, search for DOM, or it's in the group chat.
Okay.
No, let me try this. I'll just create a new branch and see what it does actually.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind. I'll remove everything that's related to OmniAuth at the moment and then start from scratch.
All right, why don't you turn on your screen share?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm just trying this. This might be like a complete waste of time, but I'm just
Oh, try.
yeah, like our authentication solution as it stands is not really the best. So
Yeah.
ah, how do we remove authentication? Remove tables?
Do you need to just to test this out?
Huh? Drop a table.
Hmm.
Yeah, drop table actually. Hey, switch off this. So that's done. Now handles user. That's gone. And everything that's related to OmniAuth should go actually. Where is OmniAuth? Yeah. What else do we have? AG auth. Okay. Gem file. The fuck?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Uh, what haven't you seen?
You put a backslash on the end and it drop you into some sort of command prompt.
No. That was like yeah. That's like a continue for a bash command.
Oh, right, yeah,
That's a back. Yeah, that's
right.
so, bundle install. That's done. Now AG. There's AG. Okay, refactoring auth controllers features. That's useless for me at the moment. There is a only auth initializer, and then other than that, not much. Other than that, yeah, there is in the sessions controller, and then yeah, there's one in the sessions controller, and that's all. Then there is these helpers, but you can have that later spec, and then the log. Wait, that seems alright. rm config slash initializer slash omniauth. Then vim. That should be actually it. Then ag omni. Oh my god, there's so many places to look at. If we can have that as it is now. Okay, so let's add that, and then let's add a, and then moving existing authentication. Now the gem. So gem install DOM. While that happens, let's see what it wants. Generate DOM user. Okay, let's wait for my slow internet connection to install.
Hmm.
I'll be right back. I don't have a teammate, unfortunately. Like, I can set up one if you want.
I'm following it well enough.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, there we go. I'll skip the break. GitHub G+. Let's see what it does. Haha, failure. Okay, so we need these now. Although we can change these. I'll need you to do a favor. I wonder where are the GitHub keys stored. By the way, do you have any idea? Like the GitHub secret keys for development?
No. You talking about environmental variables?
No, I have it. Never mind. I get it. I'll just use the development for now, and then we can do the rest later. That seems good enough. Like it's exciting. I hope this works. It works better than the previous solution. Wait, just interesting things are happening. New gems, Omniauth version 2, GitHub. Perfect. Let's see what's done. Let's start with the routes. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what all it has done for us. Okay, so device for users, controller, and then user slash omniauth callbacks.
What line is that?
Line number 4. I
Oh,
I mean
gotcha.
I just set up teammate. My quality might be a bit bad again, I guess. So this might be easier for you,
Mm-hmm.
and then easier for my internet as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in the group chat.
Okay.
Ah, no. Close this and then close the screen share. And then, did you get the link?
Yep.
Okay. I'll shut off the screen. Okay. So it creates a new callback for Omniauth, and that's the only change I can see at the moment. Other than that, mount, Mercury engine, resources, users, no change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are still there. I probably forgot to remove these. I don't know if that impacted it or not, but we'll have a look. Then, other than that, we have what are the other changes? Modified gem file,
Look at the
GD
user
gem file.
module.
Yeah. So it adds the omniauthable module, and then it adds this has many authentications class name equals user authentication dependent destroy, and then it adds this self dot create from omniauth.
Okay.
That has an interesting way of doing things, by the way. Have a look. Other than that, that's all I can see. Yes, that's all. And what are the other changes? GS, GS, config initialize this device. Let's just see a GD of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then this has been added and a lot of other gems. The user model. Okay, this needs to be extracted like the config.omniauth. Yeah, this is in the device file. And then that's the only change in the routes file. Then there is a new table, new index. Okay, so there is a table for authentication providers and there is a table for user authentications. That is interesting again.
Yeah. So authentication
And
providers just okay.
so these are the only changes? What?
Yeah, that's sort of weird. Like, what about a controller?
Okay, let's have a look at what.
There's a
Oh,
change to
there's a
users controller apparently.
no.
Controllers users app. See the
Where
first
is that at?
untracked file.
Okay, yeah. There's a directory for that. Interesting.
Yeah, true.
Let me just do git add dot and let's see what does this save file now. Okay, so there is a controller for omniauth callbacks controller.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Controllers, users, omniauth. Yeah, nice, interesting name spacing actually. Okay, so this is all we wanted actually. You see, all done in a very much better way.
They both call create. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might just stick with this actually. You see, this seems so much better according to me. I mean, we might have to just fix how it works and all that to with our layout and then write all the specs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like if authentication then sign in, then else if existing user then create authentication and sign in, else create user and authentication and sign in. Let's just try. I mean, I'll just try doing adding these in the view, and then let's see what happens. All right.
Okay.
Although, what was the change it wanted in the routes file? By the way, where's Dom? Got 3 tweets. Where is my dump? It seems to be an urban dictionary term for everything.
Devise. Oh, omniauth. Multiple provider dump.
Yeah. Um, okay. Route addition. So this is the only addition they make in the routes. All right. So then this isn't required. Then vim config slash routes.rb. Then just remove these. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. GS. Take it at dot. Now this is on the rake routes. Yeah, so there is a default callback called user slash auth slash action slash callback, and then user slash auth slash provider. So we can use these. These seem better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just replace the views with this logic, and then let's see what magic does it do for us.
Mm-hmm. What it's
So go on.
users auth action callback. What action are they referring to there? Because I only saw. Is
Okay,
that
go.
that action is going to be G plus or GitHub or
Yeah,
no? That's the one above where it's users auth provider. So what is action callback?
it says mix GitHub G plus, and then provider is GitHub plus or G plus.
What does that mix do?
I don't know. Like the provider is either GitHub or G plus. They've mentioned
Yep.
it explicitly. This mix new term. Ah shit. Whatever this is needs some research. Okay, I can't even search on Google for this. I have to use another search engine because Git like Google strips out all the symbols.
Right.
So, did you know about this symbol hound?
Yeah, I think you shared it with me before.
Okay, that doesn't exist. Mix. No, that even does not exist. So this. No.
Hmm.
Mix GitHub Rails routes.
I mean, it seems to be regex, right?
Uh, Probably, I'm not sure though. Let's just see what it says.
This is. I don't know why Symbolhound didn't come up with this. I'm posting it in the group chat.
Okay.
Um.
Let me just find my tab there. I just where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, recursive regex. Did you do a Stack Overflow search?
I just googled mix regex.
Okay. So the question is, why is this not working? Where is that being used actually? Okay, yeah, I see this. Okay, it's kind of, I think, like slash the action should match maybe authentic GitHub or G plus anywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
that is what it might be. But I'll just search this and see what the route. I'll just search the route and see what that returns. And I'll have a look at device omni-authable. They might have something as well. Okay, problems with callbacks. Device change the omni-auth callback and then device omni-authable.
I'm gonna switch and look at your Vim screen.
Yeah.
And what was the name of that controller?
User slash omni-auth callbacks controller slash. I think it's not indexed yet. Maybe.
Hmm.
Let's try this controller user slash. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't change anything because I haven't done a commit yet. So like after
Yeah,
I
yeah.
commit, then or else
So the first one calls a method called pass through.
no.
Hmm.
Hold on. Uh, where does it say it calls pass through? Yeah, it calls a pass through. Okay, I think it's a device method because this we are just inheriting from something, right? Yeah, we are inheriting from the device controller, right?
Right.
So this is what it does, and okay, so now I see what it does actually. So this device slash omniauth callbacks will route to whatever is in the action. Either
Right.
it's the GitHub method or the G plus method. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's all right. I guess just let me just change the actions in the view, and then we
Okay.
can have a look at the other things. So
I'm
we have
expecting a phone interview in 5 minutes here, and it's probably going to take. Well, actually, I have two of them back to back, so I'll be gone for like 2 hours.
from now, like
Yeah, when my phone first rings, I've got like a half-hour interview, and then maybe I'll come back for a half hour, but then right after that, another interview.
yeah, I mean after 22, like I'll be asleep after 2 hours, so I can stay awake
Really?
because I just want to finish. I'm like really excited about this actually.
Yeah.
So we'll
Hey,
have to change
Simpriti,
this.
can I get you to submit a develop homework in a little while?
I can do it now. Just tell me when the timer will start. Like just do a sound effect and I'll know.
All right.
Yeah, just
I'll
tell
be
me
right
when
back.
I have it open.
All right. I'm choosing my file now.
Okay, actually I don't have it open. Hold on. I don't have it open. Where is ZX? Where is ZX? Paste me the link to the homework, please,
Oh, for sure, for sure.
because it'll
No,
take me
it's in the
time.
chat actually.
Yeah, thanks. It'll take me time to open it up. So
Right.
this there's this problem with my Ubuntu that I really need to fix.
I just ran out of space yesterday. That took me a while to deal with.
Okay. Like I have I mean I have an extra 700 GB on my partition, and my
Uh,
Ubuntu is I have only 190 GB on my Ubuntu.
yeah,
Like I've kept the 700 for a Hackintosh.
cool.
See, it's like it takes up hours to first resolve the DNS, and then it opens up the rest.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
get another bigger, harder drive.
Okay. Develop, right?
Yep, to develop.
Okay, to develop, we browse the file, we select the correct submission, and okay, in 3, 2, 1,
One.
and check.
And oh, I should share my screen, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's great. And I'm tailing that thing too. So, so I started to put in a little more debug information for trying to figure out how to do load testing on it.
Okay. I mean, the way you did that Unix command just blew my mind.
What Unix
Oh,
command did you
oh,
use?
yeah, that was a slow accumulation of things, you know.
Yeah, like I hold you as a Unix guru now after having a look at
Uh-oh.
that.
I was thinking, man, I should make a project out of it and do some, because I had a testing file and stuff. I should do it test driven, right?
Okay, so mine finishing again the same as fast as possible, 40 seconds or 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Yours is still spinning, right?
Let me check here.
Let me just do this. Uh,
Scripting for Ruby. No, mine should be back too. Yeah, mine's back. 37
okay,
seconds.
same here.
Really?
Yeah, exactly 37 seconds.
Oh, mine
Exactly.
is 37.2716.
Mine is 38 actually, 0.38.
Okay, okay. That's just as long as we're not somehow getting the same result.
that would be that would be disaster actually for the greater.
But yeah, so no zombie processes. You want to just submit another time since we have it open?
Okay, yeah, it's just one. I'll just select it and submit, but I'm just in the midst of another thing, so I can't really go for debugging actually.
That's great. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any problem. I just click check.
Okay, so where is the user actually? Social button provider, and yeah. So What is the route now? To rake routes, grep mode. Then mode always screws things up as always. So this is user omniauth authorized path. Passing in that, which will go to control A3, and then where is the path? Yeah, this is the path. No, wait, is there a destroy for this? I don't even know.
Hmm.
But whatever, I'll just do this again as it is. Quick question: do you get the URL helpers in the helper file? I guess so, but I'm not sure.
You do.
Okay. Actually, I'll do this Unix way or same way.
Which is what?
The YI curly brace instead
Oh,
of
there you
select.
go. This is so hacky, though. But you have to do G sub.
Oh, get out! I don't want this. I don't know why. What problem did this ever cause? I don't remember. But whatever it is, I guess I have to keep that until we find out. Like this is not what we are dealing with at the moment, so
Right.
can't do this.
Yeah.
That is that, and this is this.
All right, I gotta go.
Okay, then bye then.
Go get 'em.
See you tomorrow, maybe. I hope.
Okay. All right, see you.
Yeah. I guess Paul will stay here then.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll finish up this really nice opportunity I have here. Of
Bringing it back to devise.
yeah, I mean the whole authentication thing was just so screwed up.
Yeah.
So I had like when I started, I thought like we might have to rewrite this, and that is what is happening.
Yeah.
So and the same thing I did with the YouTube thing as well, kind of when I was doing that. Like I rewrote a lot of the things,
Yeah.
and it might be the same thing with the autograder as well. Never know. Okay, this is going to work. Let's see. Start up the server and submit again for the fun. Check. Then localhost 3000. Oh yeah. There we go. Log in. Where's this? Okay. There she goes. Okay. Failure. I'll be right back. So you want to ask me anything? So, hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so it seems like if I ever go off the or like go away for a few moments or so, I it doesn't let me mute, and then when I come back, it doesn't let me unmute. So I have to rejoin the Hangout every time I
Oh.
leave. And it's just